Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a easy, breezy, still natural, full coverage fall glam. Fall glam. This is my go-to look when I need to look super put together. This isn't my mommy go-to makeup, but I will show you guys that in another video. But it is my easy look, my easy fall look, glam, whatever you guys want to call it. But it is the look that I usually go for when I'm running late and I need to just look put together. So if you guys want to see how I create this look, just keep on watching and love you guys. Bye. So first things first, I always moisturize my lips because they're super dry. And let me show you guys the lip gloss that I have been loving. It is from Ulta. It is amazing and it keeps my lips super hydrated while I do my makeup. This one right here, and it is the Ulta Beauty Lip Oil infused juice, or what is it called? Juice infused lip oil. And I basically have the coconut one. It literally smells like coconut. And obviously I need a new one. Highly recommend it. It just moisturizes them lips like yummy. So for primer, my everyday primer is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This one right here. It is pretty pricey, but I love it and it has been really good on my skin. Like, I absolutely love it, and it's just, my skin has been loving it. It fills in your pores. It just smooths everything out amazingly. It's a little expensive, but it is amazing. I highly recommend. It comes with this little scraper thing, so I'm just gonna grab a little bit of it, like this much. That much is enough. Grab this much. I'm gonna rub it in between my fingers, kind of warm up the product, then start pressing it into my skin. And I always start off right here in the center of my skin. And I just massage my skin. It just feels so good. Another primer that I'm going to use today, I don't use this one every day, but I do use it on days that I feel super tired, and I will show you that right now. Second primer that I'm going to use is the Becca, this primer right here, that is the Instant Complexion Refresh. This one just really revives tired skin. So I use this mainly when I feel tired, when I haven't had a good enough sleep, or I just feel really drained. My skin looks tired. You know, I've put my skin through a lot with these Halloween looks, so most definitely I need this to make my skin look refreshed. It is a purple, you'll see right now, it is a purple color. Also in color correction, in the color correction wheel, yellow brightens the skin, orange and like peach cover up darkness, and the purple one makes covers up dullness, and it just revives the dullness in your skin. The green one is good for little acne, like red marks. It will just color correct those areas. So this one's purple and is mainly to revive those dull areas. So I kind of like mainly focus it right here underneath my eyes, because that is mainly where I feel super tired. So we're just gonna pat it, and then I just spread it onto all over the skin. Literally, it takes me a process from my skincare to my prepping of my skin, like primers and stuff like that. It takes me a process to finally start putting on my foundation, because my skin is like my precious little baby, and I don't wanna, I've already put it, last year Halloween makeup really caused my skin to break out, like crazy breakout. Before you guys are like, what the heck, she puts so much stuff on her face, the reason is because of that. So now I am gonna apply a little bit more moisturization. So I have combination oily skin. I don't really have dry, nor am I super oily, but I like to use hydrating things because I do have eczema, and I don't want to trigger those areas, because once they come out and I get like dry patches on my skin, they're super itchy and they're super uncomfortable. So this is why we're using like hydrating things. So I'm going to use this Pixie Beauty Skin Treats Glowy Mist with propolis and argan oil. So this is a nourishing hydrating setting mist, and I shook it up already. But basically you can see the oil separated from the product. So you just shake it up and you spritz it on your face. Feels so good. So I do that. I grab my beauty sponge. This one is from Sonia Keshak, and this one comes in a set of 5 for $15. And isn't this one so cute? It looks like a little macaron. I think it's so cute. I have it damp, so I'm going to use this and I'm going to press everything that I plastered on my face. Just have my skin soak it in. And you can literally close your eyes and just be like, the little treatment here. I do this and I think I'm in the spa, and then I open my eyes and I'm literally like, okay, it's myself doing it. But hey, I love my skin. Now it's time for foundation. So usually I have 2 foundations that I like to use. Well, actually I have 3. But today we're going to use this one in particular. But for right now, I have been picking up the Marc Jacobs one. It's the one that I've been loving. It's the one that I have been repurchasing like nonstop. This is like my 3rd bottle, guys. But I love it. So we're going to shake it up and we're going to take it out off right here. And what I like to do is that I like to put it in the back of my hand. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this. Like a little bit. Goes a long ways, guys. So tiny bit like this. I like to apply my foundation with a Kabuki flat face brush like this. And this one is from Stillazi. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this and start just stippling it in and buffing it into my skin. And like you guys can see right off the bat, it just gives you a full coverage. And it's just a little bit. Stipple it on to my skin and I just start buffing it in to my skin. Breathe in, Nick. And like you guys can see, a little bit goes a long ways and it covers up any blemish, any little imperfection that I have. And now I have this clean, nice canvas to work on. After my foundation, I like to grab the little beauty sponge, especially this one, and just go over my foundation, extra blend it out. If there's any excess foundation, this will automatically soak it up. So I like to do that. So the concealer I'm going to use is the Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer in the color Almond. And I am obsessed with this concealer. I also own another one, the color of my skin. On days, you know, like when I need that mommy quick 5-minute makeup, these are amazing. They work for so many things, not only concealing. So I'm going to grab mine in the color Almond and I'm going to apply it in an upside down triangle. Also gonna do it, run it down the bridge of my nose, in the center of my forehead, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin, and then a little bit right here. And to blend all this out, I'm gonna use this little beauty blender. This is the Blush Beauty Blender, and I really like this one. So we're gonna just blend out this concealer. The reason why I'm using this one is because this one right here can't really get right into that under eye area, so I like to just use this one for that. So to set the areas that I applied concealer, I'm going to be using the Rcma translucent powder, this one right here, the no color powder. I absolutely love this and highly recommend it. You can get this online for about $12 to $13, but it is amazing. You get a lot. Like you literally get 3 ounces of stuff. Like this is bomb, and I love it because I have used the Laura Mercier, but it dries me up so much. This one doesn't dry me up and I really like it. So the first thing that I do is make sure that I don't have any creasing. So I go over the under eye area because I do have some little wrinkles there, so I like to make sure they're all nice and blended before I go in with the translucent powder. I'm going to grab the translucent powder on my beauty blender and set that under eye area very lightly. So I start off with a little bit and then I grab a little bit more just to make that extra make sure it's nice and sealed and locked. I don't bake underneath my eyes, but I will show you the areas that I do. Just because like I said, I have little wrinkles and I don't like to bake underneath my eyes just because it's gonna make it look really dry, and I don't like that. This doesn't dry up your skin though. Like, it does look good, but I don't like to apply a lot underneath my eyes and emphasize those little wrinkles way too much. So I'm gonna grab a little bit more, and this is gonna be like a little bit more, you know what I mean. I will also be setting the center of my forehead, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and the sides right here. The center of my nose, I leave it there, and then now I'm going to grab the powder and bake a little bit right here in the edge of my nose, and right here in this area right here, because that is the area that I usually get super oily. I'm going to grab this brush from Stilazi, and it is the buff brush, and I'm just going to dust all this away. The rest of my face, I'm going to be using the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder in the color medium beige, and literally I already hit pan. So I'm going to just grab this with my buffing brush, and when I apply powder and I set the rest of my face, I don't swirl because I don't want to be moving my product around. So we're just going to bounce it into the skin. Down the neck, you want to set your neck as well. You don't want nothing transferring onto your clothes or anything like this. So that is why we set with our powders. I have a preference sometimes. Sometimes I do my brows with the Anastasia Dip Brow. But today I'm going to be using the Morphe Brow Pencil in the color Chocolate Mousse. And it looks like this. It has a little spoolie, and it has the little pencil part right here. This reminds me a lot of the Anastasia Brow Wiz. But the thing is with this one is a little bit more creamier than the Anastasia one. I do like the Anastasia one because it is more like, it doesn't like glide so much, but it gets the job done. So we're going to be brushing out our brow hairs. So sometimes I do my brows with the Anastasia Dip Brow, but for today I want to do this. So I always start off with a little line, like the base of my brow, and then I create the arch and connect it. And then I start filling it in. With this brow pencil, I like to always use it very lightly and fill it in lightly, more like give that natural look. The brow hair grows, that is the direction that I go, and I do just little lines and fill in any sparse areas. Then I grab the spoolie and just brush through the hairs and just blend out the product. So this brow is done. Let's get to this brow. Clean up my brow, I'm going to be using the Morphe Brow 8 palette, and I'm going to be using these two concealers right here, and I'm going to be using the Stilazi Brow Duo. To set my brows and put them in place, I use the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in Brunette. I've been using this for years and I absolutely love it. So it just keeps my little hairs tamed and put into place. We're going to hold off working on the eyes for right now. Since the eyes are going to be pretty simple, we're going to work on our skin. First things first, I'm going to warm up my skin tone with the bronzer MAC Give Me Sun. This is my favorite bronzer. And I always like to start off with bronzer to warm up my skin. So I'm going to be using this brush right here from Inglot. Just kind of warming up my complexion. And I use this bronzer all year round. I absolutely love it and I highly recommend it. It's like a staple in MAC's. So I'm also going to bring it up my forehead, just warm up the perimeter of my face. And on my jawline. And a little bit on the side of the nose. So to contour my skin, I use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium D Matte Bronzer. Looks like this. To do that, I use the Stilozi Blush Brush. I don't know if this is for blush, but I absolutely love the shape of this brush for contouring. And then also on the nose, just a tiny, tiny little bit. And then whatever's left right here on my temples. Again, go in with my powder around my nose. I always like to make sure the nose is nice and blended. I'm going to be using the Warm Master Blush Palette W8. This one right here from Morphe. This is my all-time favorite blush palette. It is a little dusty because I have been giving it lots and lots of love. I'm going to be using Provocative today, this peachy one right here. And I always like to mix it with one of these shimmer ones. It has 5 mattes and 3 shimmers. And I always like to mix a shimmer in it. I don't know why. But I'm going to be using Provocative with this It Cosmetic blush brush. So I'm going to pick up Provocative, tap off the excess, just apply it on the cheeks. And I apply it very, very lightly. And like you can see, it's a little intense, but we will fix it. So I'm going to be grabbing Babe, which is this shimmer one right here, tapping off the excess and just applying it over top. And I love this combination. Back with my powder brush and just blend that out and diffuse a little bit of the blush, because if you can see, it's a little intense and we don't want to, I don't want to look like a little crazy. So we're going to diffuse this. I love the color, but we'll diffuse it a little bit and just blend it into the skin. So for the eyes, I have been non-stop using this palette. This is my favorite palette right now. It is the Baked Browns from Dose of Color. And it looks like this. And yes, I have been giving it lots and lots of love as well. So I'm going to be picking up the color Tea Light, which is this color right here. I'm going to be using this large blending brush from Stilozi. I'm going to pick that up, tapping off the excess. And then I'm just going to apply this all over the eyelid. Next color I'm going to use is Deserted, and I will be picking it up with the same brush. And I'm going to use this as a transition. And I always like to sweep it outward, especially when I'm doing like little natural looks like this. Be picking up Outdoorsy, which is this one in the middle, and I'm also going to be dipping it into Cherry Wood, which is the one next to it. So I'm going to be grabbing both of them with the same brush, just to create a little bit more depth to the eye. And I'm going to be focusing it right here on the outer part of the eye. And then just sweeping whatever is left onto the eyelid. Like that. I'm going to grab a clean brush. This is the Morphe M441. And with no product on it, I'm just going to use it to blend everything out and diffuse any harsh lines. This brush right here, which is the 418 from Morphe. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did on the top on the bottom. Grabbing the same brush, that clean brush. I always like to have a clean blending brush and just buffing any harsh lines. Then I like to grab the KKW brightening powder in number 3, and I'll be using this dual fiber mini blender brush. Pick some up and just dust it underneath my under eye area just to brighten this area a lot more. I love this KKW brightening powder. I think it works amazing, and since I have really dark circles, it just brightens this area so much more. Gold palette, and it looks like this. This is from Tarte. It is an oldie but a goodie, and I'm going to be picking up the color Moonlight, which is this one right here, and I'm going to dust it onto my brow bone. Grab this brush from Real Techniques and pick up then I'm going to grab this brush from Real Techniques and pick up that same Moonlight color, and I'm going to dust this in the inner corner. So I always wear lashes. Like, lashes is a thing for me. I love it. I love them. I love how like they vamp up any look. These lashes that I'm going to show you guys, they look good even if they're new, used, anything. They look good all around. Like, I love them. But I do use these more when I create easy, more natural, simple eye looks like this. Sometimes it varies though. Like, sometimes I feel a little bit dramatic and I want to go dramatic. Okay, since it is my everyday fall glam look, an easy, simple glam look, I'm going to be using my favorites. And these are the Morphe Sunset Boulevard lashes. These only retail for $3. They're amazing. I love the band. So the band is like very thin. You can hardly see it. Sorry for my nails. I need to go get them done. But yeah, these are amazing. You don't have to cut them. I just apply them straight from the little container. Before I apply my lashes, I'm gonna curl my lashes and apply mascara. Mascara that I'm using is the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. It is a little sample, but I love it. I usually don't show when I apply my lashes, but I will show you guys how I apply on one eye, and then I'll do the other eye and the rest of the, like, and put mascara on the lower lash line off camera. So I grab the lash and I kind of like bend it this way. Lash glue that I like to use is the Dual Glue, the brush on one, and it is the clear one. I'm just gonna let them dry for about 30 seconds so the glue gets tacky. This is key. You have to let it get tacky so it can be much more easier to apply. I used to do the mistake of just putting the glue and popping them on, and it would just slip and slide everywhere, and you know, it was a learning process. So now I think they're ready. So I like to start off in the center, applying them in the center, and then I grab the edges. And I usually use lash applicator little tweezers. I can't find them, but you can definitely use the lash applicator ones or tweezers. Just be very careful with the tweezers because tweezers are sharp. And since this band is nice and thin, it's so easy to apply. It's so flexible. It's not hard. So that's that. I'm going to apply the other lash off camera and finish off the eyes with some mascara on the lower lash line, and I'll be back. And lashes are done. Lower lash mascara is done. So it's time for highlight. So to apply my highlight, I always go in with the MAC Fix Plus. I only have a little bit, but this is the lavender one, and this is the setting spray that I'm currently using. So I'm going to spritz my face first. And then fan it out. Also grab my beauty sponge and just press in whatever is onto my skin. I don't want to have any watermarks, so I like doing this step. I also like to spritz the brush before I go in with the highlight. Light and sunlight. So I'm going to be dipping it into both of these. Tapping off the excess and applying to the high points of my cheeks. You guys know I love highlight, but this one just looks like skin. It looks like if my skin is just glowing right there. And I love highlight, guys. If you guys want to get me anything, highlight is the way to go. If you guys don't know, if you never go wrong with the highlight. I love highlight so much. I'm also going to apply some on the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, and on my Cupid's bow. For the lips, I'm going to be using 2 of the I Love Sarai and Dose of Color collection. I'm going to be using Nude Chica on the lips and topping it off with Brillo. So this liquid lipstick already dried, so I'm going to go in with Brillo. I apply it only on the center just to give it that little oomph on the lips. To give it that juicy pout. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me create this look. Something easy, simple, but yet glam fall look. If you guys are happy that I am back on YouTube creating looks, doing mommy life videos and also some fashion ones. I don't have a set schedule, but just know that I will be on here posting videos here and there. Just, you know, I just want it to be fun. I want to come back. And I hope you guys all enjoy it and continue to support me on all my social medias, which I will leave somewhere down here. I love you guys so much. And remember, you guys are all queens. Love you guys so much. Bye.